12 hours in Singapore, so what can you actually see? Today we're exploring one of the world's most exciting cities, starting at the incredible Gardens by the Bay before heading up to the Marina Bay Sands lookout for some amazing views across the city. Then it's off to the colourful and vibrant Haji Lane with its street art, quirky shops and buzzing atmosphere. So with only 12 hours to explore, let's see how much of Singapore we can fit in. Alright, we're off and we're going to 2 stops. I've changed. Look at that. Tanimera, and it's where we're going to change. Alright, I arrived at Tanimera. On to the next train to take us downtown. Alright, we've now made our way downstairs at Paya Lebar. 3 minutes for our clockwise service, which will take us towards Marina Bay Sands and Bayfort. Alright, we're currently at Paya Lebar and we're going to head down. And I think we're getting off at Bayfort first. Okay, so while I wait for the train to come, I bought a transport ticket. It cost me 19 Singapore dollars. Covers me for 1 day's travel on all the buses and all the trains, metros here in Singapore. So it goes from about 6:30 in the morning till midnight. You can get extra days, 2-day, 3-day, 4-day ones, and I can extend this if I want to, but I'm heading to Europe, so I'm only going to need the day. But very useful for 19 Singapore dollars. Here it is. This looks like it's driverless. That's interesting. Right, the window's not very clear, but driverless train.
Do not lean against the train doors. Next station, Mountbatten. Mountbatten, please mind the platform gap. 请注意月台空隙。Celebrate hati-hati di ruang platform. Dahil sa iyo, talangin ay ilagay government Korea guide.
Alright, we've made it to Bayfront. So let's go out of the metro, back into the heat, 31 degrees today. Very high UV exposure too, so let's go back outside and see what we can find. Alright, Marina Bay Sands is where we're off to. I think first, or Gardens by the Bay, they're all in the same area, so let's go and have a look. Very nice artwork on the wall, because we're going to see the boats obviously. Here you go. Alright, Marina Bay Sands. We're heading in that direction. We're going to try and find some food, but look at this, gondolas or something. Looks cool. So they're called sampans. Apparently you can go for a sampan ride. I don't know how much they are because I couldn't find the price. Look at that. Alright, that's impressive. Probably looks better at night time. Right, this is a space you can walk on and it makes patterns as you walk on it. Looks cool. Yeah, it costs $12 for just a single entry. Alright, we've come outside into the heat again. That is the Arts and Science Museum. Don't think we'll have time to go in there today. And then there's the Singapore wheel over there. Wow, look at that. Look. Singapore, and that is Gardens by the Bay, which is where we're trying to get to next. After hopefully I can get some lunch. There you go, look at that. That's what you can walk on. And you make shapes, you can have your own message put on there. It's kind of cool. Alright, we are at Gardens by the Bay here in Singapore, and we've got a ticket to have a look around. So let's go and have a look. I used the Palego app, which I got through KrisFly, which is the frequent flyer of Singapore Airlines. So if you're a KrisFly number, you put your frequent flyer number in the Palego app, which you can download, and then that got me $20 off, 20 Singapore dollars off, which is very handy if you book in advance. Alright, Floral Fantasy first. Let's go and have a look at the lovely flowers. Oh look, a bit of Toy Story 5. Buzz Lightyear. All made of flowers, which is cool. Alright, we're going to enter the 100-acre wood, which means Pooh Bear. They're having a bit of a party. Hooray. Tangled. So we're getting all the Disney stuff in flowers. Wow, look at that. Disney's Aladdin. Well, Beauty and the Beast. Alright, I think we know what this one is. Frozen, and we're going in to the ice. Although it's not very cold in here. Ooh, look at that. Thinking we might get a bit wet. It's a Singapore inspired space, so you can snap playful photos with displays of Disney characters reimagined in familiar local settings alongside famed Hawker Fair. There you go. And of course there's always a gift shop with anything you go to. Don't think we'll buy anything today though, because we've still got to fly on to Europe. But there you go, lots of good Disney stuff in here. That's your thing. Alright, look at these. Floristan and Eurebus. Created by the German European School, Singapore. Alright, we're now entering the Flower Dome. Let's see what's inside the Flower Dome. Alright, I can tell you it's lovely and cool in here, which is much nicer than the plus 31 degrees outside. Oh, we're going outside. Wow, look at this. No touching. Need to visit over here first. The Australian garden. Considering that's where we've just come from. Some grass trees. Looks like you can do a guided tour. I haven't done that. What about the bushfires in Australia? Wow, that's the South African garden still. This is amazing. Wow, look at that, aren't they beautiful? Look at that. Symbian Golden Elf Stardust. It's amazing, isn't it? You can hear this going all around. This is where it's coming from. Filling up with water and wow, this is an amazing place. If you love flowers, you need to come here. This is amazing. Wow, look at the colours. Wow, more music here, look. Oh wow, that was stunning. Absolutely stunning. You need to come here if you're in Singapore. That was amazing. We're heading to the way out, so we're going to find what's next. Alright, Supertree Grove is next. Let's go and have a look. Wow, look at that. Up there. And in the background is Marina Bay Sands. Wow. Let's go to the Supertree Observatory. Alright, so I've now just realised that my ticket I bought earlier doesn't cover the Supertree Observatory, so I have to buy a separate ticket. For non-residents, it's only 14 Singapore dollars, which isn't too bad. Looks like there's a walkway up there, which I assume is closed at the moment. I don't know how you get up there, but anyway. Wow, we are now at the top. This is amazing. I can't believe there are so many ships outside Singapore. So doing some construction over there, but behind that is the Marina Bay Cruiser Centre. And you're looking over there at the Straits of Singapore, one of the world's busiest shipping lanes with hundreds of ships passing by daily. And down there's where we've been, the Marina Gardens Drive. Wow, so much to see. There's a boat going out over there, so you've got the meadow down there somewhere. I think that's over there. And you've got the Serene Gardens and then the Tanjong Pagar Terminal, an icon of the port. Wow, and over there in the sun is the Marina Bay Sands, and I'm going to see if we've got the top and have a look up there, because that'd be an even better view. Alright, that's Marina Bay Sands, dominating the Singapore skyline. This iconic hotel boasts a rooftop infinity pool, casino, luxury shopping and dining. There you go. And then nearby you've got the Floral Fantasy and the CBD over there, and the Bayfort Pavilion. what's over on the other side. Let's go and have a look. Alright, through all this ironwork, you can see the Silver Garden and the Singapore Wheel over there. And over here you've got the Flower Dome, which we've been in already. Ah, we haven't done the Flower Dome, that's next. That's the small one. The big one though is the Cloud Forest, which we have done. And over here you've got a children's garden, the Golden Garden, Satay by the Bay. Can't believe how many ships there are out there. So it is one of the busiest shipping lanes. It's a nice breeze up here too. It's a warm breeze, but still a breeze is a breeze. Alright, I think we're going to head down slowly. Alright, so we've come back down. We're now going to do one last activity here before we move on to the next stop. It's 3 o'clock. We have to be back at the airport at 5. Alright, 31 degrees, so anytime you can be in the shade, it's a must. And obviously lots to drink and plenty of sunscreen. Alright, Cloud Forest. Here we go. So it features Jurassic World the experience. And the doors open outwards. Sounds strange, anyway. Ooh, it's nice and cool in here. It's amazing. Bayfort Station. Right here too. Alright, everyone wants to take a picture. So you have to be careful where you walk. Or move out of the way. We're going towards T-Rex now. Right, Evolution Walk, this is called. Wow, this is a walk through time. This is the Himalayan dwarf festival farm, apparently. Oh, more dinosaurs. We're making our way up to the lost world, apparently. It's amazing, isn't it? Alright. So now on level 6, the lost world. Let's go and explore. Ethereal white versions. Does not work. Wonder if it lights up at night. Alright, we're going on the cloud walk now.
Would you be able to see it?
Wow, look at that. I think I keep saying wow a lot, but it is quite stunning, isn't it? Crystal Mountain, waterfall view coming up. Wow, that's the waterfall. One of these things where if we walk, it makes puddles. Jurassic World, treetop walk, here we go. every rainforest in the world is different because of so many species of animals and plants are only known from one spot. Alright, Secret Garden, the last thing. Alright, that was Gardens by the Bay, and I'm off to the next adventure. So I'm just following the signpost gently. That's good. So, Gardens by the Bay, you can do all those activities individually if you pay for them separately, if you don't want to do the whole lot because of time. But I got that ticket that covered all of them apart from the skyway up the top where we got the lift. That was an extra, but well worth the value. That was amazing. You could probably spend a lot longer in there too. But anyway, we've only got a few hours before we have to head back to the airport. So we are off to the Gardens by the Bay metro station next. Alright, so that's home. If you want to go and see the Disney Gardens of Wonder at the Floral Fantasy, which is where we were earlier today in the video, that's on until the 14th of March 2027. So I'm guessing after that there'll be something else, but check the website if you need to know more. There you go, one last look. So we couldn't go up there, but we could go up one of them and have a look outside. The big one. We couldn't walk around the others. There you go, one last look before we head off. Alright, we're at the other side of the Marina Bay Sands Hotel. I'm going to see if we can go up the top. If we've got time. Alright, we're going up to the sky deck. The new Marina Bay Sands was built in 2010. Singapore turned 50 in 2015. Alright, we're going up the Marina Bay Sands sky deck. So that costs 39 Singapore dollars to visit now. Might have been cheaper if I'd have booked it on an app. But anyway, we're going to go up the top. Alright, so we're high up now at the top of the Marina Bay Sands. That's where we were earlier, down in those two domes looking at the plants, and then we went up the top there in the middle, but we're a lot higher up now. You can see the Singapore Strait with all those ships just waiting to do something. Yeah, wow, as far as the eye can see, there's ships. It's very busy. Okay, so that's actually the Singapore Flyer, it's known as. Doesn't look like it's working today because I haven't seen it. Also got the National Stadium, Future Founders Memorial, and heading on over here, East Coast Park. Okay, down there we've got Future Square, Kampong Glam, and the Helix Bridge. I noticed they drive on the left-hand side here, the same as they do in the UK and Australia. Alright, we've got here the National Gallery of Singapore. Is in one of those tall buildings. Also, down the bottom is Merlion. Jubilee Bridge is over here. And Fort Canning, which I think is a tall building. Over this way. Alright, we're going to head back down now. See where we go next. That's the future of Marina Bay. Alright, we're back almost where we started at the metro station, and there's a bit of here about World Transport Day, and they've put something up all about the different parts of the metro trains, the tracks, how you're protected when you're travelling on a train. There you go. So it's actually for the inaugural World Public Transport Day, which falls on 17th of April 2026. There you go. We're going to catch the metro on the downtown line, 2 stops. Alright, we are down at Bayfront and we're catching the downtown line, 2 stops to Burgess. Alright, let's do it. Alright, if you want something free to do, from Burgess Station, I've taken a 11-minute walk to come and have a look at the Raffles Hotel. There we go, and if you go inside you can get a proper Singapore sling. We don't have time to go inside today, but it's worth a look, just because. Alright, we've got one last stop because the sun is setting, to Haji, if I pronounce it right, Haji Lane, which is a nice colourful street, and there are lots of lights up, lots of places to eat. So if you want something free to do, or you want somewhere to eat, come down here. It is rather busy, but very colourful. Art shop in there. Cricket. By the looks of it. Well, lots of cool restaurants. So a nice place to come to eat in the evening. Alright. Lots of art and shops. Studios, as well as places to eat. Come on in, we're open. The largest collection of digicams in Singapore, there you go. Places to grab coffee, churros, turkey, Turkish food from Turkey. The smells are amazing. Wow, this is a good place to eat. Alright. Barbecue, grill. God. Alright, I think we've come to the end, where we have ice cream. Alright, well, we're going to head back to Changi Airport now. We've got to get 2 trains on the metro. Alright, 1 minute before the next train comes, and I don't think I'm sure I'm on the train because they are packed. That piece of music that I just managed to catch means the train's here. That's cool. Alright, there's a train coming on this side. We're going to get the next train. It'll still be busy, I reckon.
Please mind the platform gap.
This is going the other way to Link, East-West Line, 33. seems to play a tune when the doors close. On that side, it seems to play a tune when the train comes in on the other side. That's cool. Alright, got 1 minute for the next train. We'll catch the next train. 1, 2, 3. 8 stops we've got on the next train, where we change for the line that goes to Expo and Changi Airport. That's cool. Alright, this train is packed, so we're going to get on. Hopefully a few people get off.
Doors are closing. Next station, Tanah Merah. Change at the next station for train service to Expo and Changi Airport. Tanah Merah. Proceed to platform D via the concourse level for train service to Expo and Changi Airport. Tanah Merah. Please mind the platform gap. 请注意月台空隙. Sila berhati-hati di ruang platform. Daya sayıdır, dalamide ilerlemeliyiz. Gabanatel kollengal.
Alright, lots of lovely flowers behind me here at Changi Airport, and that is it for this video because we have arrived back. I'm now getting my next flight, which will take me to Europe. So join me on the next video. I hope you enjoyed travelling through Singapore. Join me on the next one, and we'll see you then. Bye for now.